Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rhyme of the Day, episode 2, when the breaking is the blessing. Today, we're going to feature a verse that I wrote on a song called I'm Fine, produced by Hazit, featuring Isabu. And this song is on the 4 More EP. It's a great song. If you haven't heard it, check it out. But today, we're going to look at verse number 2. And so let's get into it. Here is the rhyme of the day.
I'm on the brink of a breakdown, or maybe a breakthrough. Perhaps the first would be the means of the latter. I'm feeling low, just like I need me a ladder. Yo, I don't even drink, but think I'm needing a lager. But maybe what I need is just laughter, and even more than that, I need to meet with my Abba. Cause what my kids really need is they dad, and what my wife need is a man to just man up, yo. And so I'm eating this manna, I'm reaching my hands up, the key to my handcuffs, yo. Cause things ain't always how they seem in the camera. The paint don't always land on the canvas, don't have all the answers. Still I'm completing the stanzas, still I believe in the standard, still I'm completely bananas. But as long as I'm somebody that my God is a fan of, I'm fine. I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Yo, what a jam. Absolutely love that song. So the lyric that I want to focus on is the first bar of the verse, where I say I'm on the brink of a breakdown, or maybe a breakthrough. Perhaps the first would be the means of the ladder. So, man, so much to that. But basically, the idea is that the blessing and the breaking work together for good, right? Perhaps the breakdown is what's going to facilitate the breakthrough. And so I want to look at a couple of scriptures that speak to this concept of the blessing and the breaking going hand in hand. The Gospel of Luke chapter 9 verse 16 says this: Jesus took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, looked up toward heaven, and blessed them. Then, breaking the loaves into pieces, he kept giving the bread and fish to the disciples so they could distribute it to the people. So we see here, this is a story where Jesus feeds thousands of people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, right? And the text says that he blessed the bread and then he broke the bread. And so we see the blessing and the breaking working together for good, because it was in the breaking of the bread that all of those people were actually able to be fed and experience this miracle. The bread had to be broken for them to experience breakthrough. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 26, we read here, this. As they were eating, right, this is referring to the Last Supper. As they were eating, Jesus took some bread and blessed it. Then he broke it in pieces and gave it to the disciples, saying, "Take this, eat it, for this is my body." Again, we see the blessing and the breaking working together for good. The blessing and the breaking working hand in hand, right? Finally, let's look at the story of Jacob in the Old Testament in the book of Genesis. So in Genesis chapter 27, there's a breakdown of the family, where of Jacob's family, where Jacob steals his twin brother's blessing, and it causes all kinds of strife and animosity. And basically, Jacob has to flee and has to leave his family and his hometown, right? In Genesis chapter 27, verse 11, 27, verse 41, it says, "From that time on, Esau hated Jacob because their father had given Jacob the blessing." There's that word again, blessing. "And Esau began to scheme, I will soon be mourning my father's death. Then I will kill my brother Jacob," right? So Jacob flees to another region. Now we're going to fast forward a little bit to Genesis chapter 28, verse 11 and 12, and it says this. Remember, Jacob is fleeing brokenness, a broken family, a dysfunctional family, a situation that we can describe as a breakdown, right? At sundown, he arrived at a good place to set up camp and stopped there for the night. Jacob found a stone to rest his head against and laid down to sleep. As he slept, he dreamed of a stairway that reached from the earth up to heaven, and he saw the angels of God going up and down the stairway. Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I wasn't aware of it." But he was also afraid and said, "What an awesome place this is. It is none other than the house of God, the very gateway or ladder to heaven." All right, so really quickly, let's unpack that. Jacob is on the run. Jacob is experiencing a breakdown in his life. Then it says that he actually that he laid down on a stone. So that's a hard place. He laid down in a hard place, right? And then he had this dream, and he saw, the stairway that reached from earth to heaven, or like a ladder that reached from earth to heaven. And he recognized that God is surely in this place, in this difficult season, in this breakdown. There is a tremendous blessing. Come on, man. I hope I'm not talking too fast. I hope you caught that, right? And so here's the thing. Here's what I want you to take away. Here's what I want you to think about. The blessing and the breaking work together. They go hand in hand. And so whatever area of your life you might be experiencing brokenness, something in your life that feels fractured, I want you to consider the blessing that might be attached to the breaking. I want you to consider the breakthrough that might be on the other side of that breakdown. And here's a real quick application. I want you to do like Jacob did. I want you to rest. Yes, Jacob was on the run. Jacob was experiencing tremendous, burden and brokenness, and it says that he laid down to rest, and he laid down to rest in a hard place, such a hard place that he had a stone for a pillow. So wherever you are, I want you to make sure that you pause, that you find time to rest, even in that hard place, and trust that God is with you even in that season of difficulty, that season of adversity, that season of what may feel like a breakdown. I want you to recognize, like Jacob, that surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it. How often is that the case with us when we're going through things? And sometimes we don't realize God is in the middle of it. Not only is God in the middle of it, but God is using it for good. So, the battle and the blessing, the breaking and the blessing work together for good, work hand in hand, oftentimes happen simultaneously in our lives. And so I want you to not be discouraged by what might feel like a breakdown, but to be encouraged, knowing that oftentimes the breakthrough is right on the other side of that. Just like in the scripture, it says that Jesus endured the cross for the joy that was set before him. All right, so that's the rhyme of the day, the breaking in the blessing. Hope you are encouraged. And thanks for listening. Appreciate y'all. Peace.